Okay. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone presented by BROC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Parish Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. So, what do we think? Candidly, of course, if we've got a new background here. Um, Candidly, as you watch, the picture is supposed to fit fully in this frame, but obviously I don't have it to scale yet, so I'm gonna have to make one edit because you're not supposed to see the blue up there and the green down there. The picture is the camera shot is supposed to cover this entire picture frame. So I'll have to make one more tweak, but wanted to roll with it for today. Shout out to E-Rock, who is the creative brain behind what our new look is. So pretty excited about it. And y'all have to help me here. So I have the banner that scrolls at the bottom like that, right? But I feel like I might be cutting off the Restored Motions logo a smidge. It's not much, but it's a smidge, as you could tell. So, like, do I keep the scroll at the bottom? Do I get rid of the scroll at the bottom? I don't know. You tell me. I mean, it could always still do that part of it, but that covers the whole thing. I don't like that. Okay. We'll work on it. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Hope y'all are doing great. The LSU. Oh, well, you know what? I just thought of that too. If I ever want to use things like this, like, so 5-star wide receiver Khalil Lockett picks Texas, but that covers up the Restored Motions logo. So I may have to change this. Maybe I'll put the logos up at the top. We'll workshop it a bit. Anyway, so I do have it there in the description. Khalil Lockett picks Texas 5-star wide receiver. Who at LSU is out of Jacksonville. LSU was in on him. So don't forgive me. Khalil Lockett from the state of Texas picks Texas. He's staying home. Not a great surprise. All the expectation was that he was going to pick Texas. Jamie French out of the Jacksonville area is the next target, the next 5-star target for LSU at receiver. He's out of the Jacksonville area. LSU's got a good shot. He's from his mom's from the Felicianas. She went to Southern, so some ties to Louisiana and to the Baton Rouge area. So there's another big-time wide receiver fish out there that LSU's trying to reel in Jamie French. And then also remember Philip Wright from Destrehan is another guy that everyone assumes is going to ultimately pick LSU. And when he does, we'll certainly talk about it here. All right, y'all, day 6 of LSU fall camp was on Wednesday. Tigers are off today on Thursday, and then they're back on the practice field Friday, but no media availability Friday. And then Saturday is our next availability to go watch. And then we meet with Blake Baker after practice on Saturday. So I would say so far through 6 practices, and Wednesday was the first day of full pads. If I had to give you my biggest takeaway through 6 days, it's that the offense is winning a lot, but the defense is holding their own. On Wednesday, when they did the pass catcher DB drill, charted 25 reps, 14 wins for the offense, 11 wins for the defense. I mean, it was almost 50-50. Like, one of the first reps, Chris Hilton beat Sage Ryan. The two faced off again later, and Ryan forced an incompletion. Ashton Sams had a great pass breakup against Kyron Lacey, and then Mason Taylor had a great catch on the sideline against Jordan Gilbert. Kyron Lacey high-pointed a ball against Ashton Stamps. Zy Alexander came up with a great pass breakup against Kyle Parker. I mean, it was just like both sides are winning reps, and that's really good to see. The couple other notes that I shared on AFR and on Locked On LSU, if you missed it, I thought it was interesting. You got 3 freshmen on the second-team defense: Spears, Woodland, Juwan Johnson, all defensive backs. Get 3 true freshmen running second team in your secondary right now. Toviano and Zy Alexander running third team right now. Toviano obviously working his way back into good graces after his arrest, and Zy Alexander still coming back from the injury. Really inconsistent with Peyton Todd and Blake Oxendorf from what we got to see yesterday. Oxendorf actually shankopotamused one punt. I mean, it probably would have been about a 10-yard punt. I mean, just complete like 90 degree to the left. Hit it onto the side field, actually, but long way to go there. Damian Ramos looks good. I saw him make from beyond 50. From 50, and then they scooted back, and he made from beyond 50. I couldn't see exactly where they lined up, but from where I was standing, but it was beyond 50. Yeah, so lots of good stuff, man. Let me know what y'all got. Fire away. You can ask anything about anything. Smash that like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. We appreciate y'all for being here with us. Of course, shout out to BROC, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. They're the best. If you need an orthopedist, you go to BROC. If you need a roof, give a shout. Parish Construction and Roofing. Visit parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Commercial or residential, we'd love to help you out. By the way, all of our great sponsors are linked in the description on YouTube, and I'll make sure they're pinned or also in the description on Facebook as well once we're done. All right, y'all, let's say some good mornings. Fire away. Here we go. Hey, Brett, good morning. Brian Wynn, good morning. Matt Plavidal, morning Scone, got called off yesterday at 8:10 a.m., called me at 8:47 to send me somewhere else. When they know they can't, then lied and said they contacted me within 10 minutes. Love the PO. Hey, man. That's somebody else's problem, dog. You just keep doing you. You know that. You got it. Nature Boy, good morning. Trivia. What up, Trivia? Good morning. Sorry. Club Ruckus, good morning. Jeff, what up, my dude? Wendell Norman, what's going on? Melody, good morning. Kelly Gross, Jason H, good morning. Let's see. Tiger Diver, Abner Neal, good morning. Getting fancy. How about that? Yeah, go E-Rock. Yeah, so E-Rock did the design, and really we just, after we do this episode, we'll look at a few things, and maybe she'll tweak a few things. She's really good at Canva. She's kind of like the Canva queen. So we'll tweak. Cliff, what's up, man? Good morning. Brad David, morning. Does Drew still call school the new St. Lillian? He does. Now, here's the challenge, Brad. So he goes to school on Wednesday for the first time. So this coming Wednesday, so 6 days. And they've moved campuses to the old Key Academy, which is, if you remember, the Piccadilly on Government in Westmoreland behind Catholic High. Some years ago, Key Academy rented that. So Catholic owns that whole building. And Key Academy rented it, converted the space into a school. Now Key Academy is moving into the old BRIS, the Baton Rouge International School campus off of Segan, and actually behind Clegg's on Segan. And so St. Lillian is moving into that campus, the Key Academy campus on Government, and which is super. It's awesome for me. It's super convenient. It's 2 minutes from my work. But anyway, so Drew, whenever they moved from the original campus to where they were at Broadmoor Baptist, we had to call it like the new St. Lillian. Well, now they're moving again. Do we call it like the newer St. Lillian? Another new St. Lillian? I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll figure it out. All right. Mark. Okay. Shout out Drew Brees and Pickleball. Jonathan, James, Kyle, Matt. Morning, Matt. Thoughts on Saints trying to sign Simmons needle move? Yeah, so we talked about this on AFR a good bit. Let me grab this for you. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in the post, in the comments, excuse me. Just post a YouTube link to my video talking extensively about the Justin Simmons news. I like it. I think Justin Simmons absolutely would make you better. This is a 30-year-old safety who's a two-time Pro Bowler who I think you go through camp to this point, and you have an opportunity to sign Simmons. Look, whenever free agency started, everyone talked about the Saints signing Justin Simmons. Marcus May didn't work out. They had Jonathan Abram and Jordan Howden still there. They went and signed Will Harris from Detroit for some quality depth. But yeah, I mean, it's an undeniable upgrade. So if you can get him, you absolutely do. But apparently, when they first talked, the price was a little too high, and so they couldn't come to terms. But I mean, free agency. It's been 5 months since the league year began. So the fact that Simmons is still unsigned means he probably needs to come down on his price. And so my guess is the Saints are going to sign him to a 1-year deal. That's the same thing they did with Chase Young, same thing they did with Willie Gay. And I guess that's what they're going to do here. Sign him to a 1-year deal, see how he plays, then maybe reassess and extend next year if possible. But yeah, if the price is right, absolutely. Brett, interesting seeing CJ Daniels and Blitnikoff, not Lacey. Yeah. So, I mean, the reason, Brett, like we all collectively here may not be super familiar with CJ Daniels, but he was a 1,000-yard receiver last year at Liberty, and Liberty, a really good team. So, it's not surprising that CJ Daniels is on there. It is surprising that Kyron Lacey isn't on there. Lacey was LSU's number 3, and we're all very high on him. I think he's going to have a fantastic. I think he'll be a 1,000-yard receiver this year and be awesome. So I'm not surprised that Daniels is there. I am surprised Lacey isn't, to put it to you that way. Like, I don't think they should be switched. I think they should both be on there. Let's see. Jason Mann. Good morning, Matt. Any Game Changers updates? Very good there by noting Game Changers. So Game Coin, which we've talked about for a long time, the platform itself when launched will be called Game Changers. And actually the Game Coin Game Changers development meetings are on Wednesdays, and Wednesdays are a weird stacked meeting day for me. So I'm not able to make those calls on Wednesdays anymore. But let me see if I can, I should have some time this morning. Let me see if I can follow up with David about how yesterday went, and I'll give you an update. I don't know if y'all saw, but big news in crypto yesterday. The XRP case finally settled. If you know what that is, you know why it's significant. A lot of green today. XRP is up 20%, 20% in one day after that case was finally settled. So as someone who has a very, very sizable bag of XRP, I'm very happy about the news. Jesse Post, good morning. My friend Michael, morning, Matt. Love the new theme. Happy CJ Jim Coyley decision day. Yeah, so CJ Jim Coyley, for those that don't know, he is the safety out of Tennessee. He is down to LSU and Stanford. I know it's a weird combo. LSU and Stanford don't typically have a lot of recruiting battles, but he's got offers from everybody. He's a 4-star. I mean, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Auburn, Michigan, Penn State, Missouri, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Michigan State, Bama, Texas A&M, Miami, Georgia Tech, Nebraska, Florida, Maryland, North Carolina. You get it. He's got offers from everybody. So he's a big-time prospect, but it comes down to LSU and Stanford. His dad is from New Orleans, so some heavy Louisiana ties there. Everyone is anticipating this is going to be an LSU pick. Jim Coyley is 6'3", 210. He's a big-time 4-star prospect, man, who everybody wanted, and looks like LSU is going to get him. So we'll see if they land him today. We'll certainly discuss on the show tomorrow if, in fact, that happens. All right, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, all that stuff. Again, as I'll keep reminding you, Facebook changed their algorithm stuff, so we moved from the Facebook page to the profile. So even if you like the page, thank you, but please follow along on the profile where this is originated from. So thank you so much for that. Jason H. E-Rock deserves those Tay-Tay tickets now. She knew she was always getting them anyway. Matt, let's see, ready to work to call me off. Well, got it. Coach Nate Green, what's going on? Good morning. Bubba Smith, good morning. Stat Dub, good morning. Does LSU have the most Olympic athletes in France? I don't even think they have the most in the SEC, quite honestly. I think one thing we forget is there's programs that are like amazing at swimming and diving and stuff like that. Hang on. Well, I was going to look at, I don't know if this is actually going to show me what I want to see. Because we ran a graphic about the most Olympians, but I think it's just from the SEC. Oh, no, here you go. Okay, SEC Olympians. Here you go. Florida has 40. Texas has 37. Georgia 33. LSU and Tennessee 31 apiece. So you can check that out on the 104.5 ESPN Instagram if you haven't yet. Wacky Turkey. Was that what? Were you once Wacky Chris? Did you change your name? Morning, Matt. We have the Locked On USC guy or the other USC reporters on your Locked On show. Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I think what we'll do is we'll do a crossover episode soon. If you're not familiar, the way we do that is like where we do a show together and it posts on both feeds. So we talk about the game. We each talk about the game. So might do crossover episodes each week this year. For Locked On, whenever there is a Locked On for that opponent, right? Which is all the SEC teams, of course. Hey, Deborah, good morning. Antron, good morning. Are you gonna watch NFL tonight? We'll do. Yeah, I am planning on watching. Well, we do have back to school night at St. Lillian tonight for Drew. So this is like when the parents go and meet the teachers and all that stuff. So that's at 6. So as soon as my show ends, I'm jetting right over to St. Lillian's campus for back to school night. And then when I get home, no doubt I'll lock in and watch some of the preseason. I was bummed that I had to miss the Hall of Fame game. We had our event for LouisianaSports.net last Thursday, so I missed Hall of Fame game. But I am excited to see some football on my TV tonight, man. Got Carolina against New England and Detroit against the Giants. So a couple of games tonight. And of course, you know, Carolina, that's a division opponent. With New England, you could see Drake May, if in fact he plays. I don't know what starters will play for Detroit. Malik Neighbors, obviously there in New York, should get a chance to see him tonight. So it's exciting, man. Now the Carolina New England game is the one on NFL Network, so I'm not sure that we're going to get Detroit New York, but there's always ways maybe to stream. Anyway, but yeah, I'll be watching some tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Cody, morning, Matt. Given all the title line issues LSU has had, is letting Toviano practice a smart idea, or am I missing something? So my point on that, Cody, flatly, is if there were anything that would cause LSU to run afoul, they would be minding their P's and Q's. Like, there's no way he'd be out there. So while we don't know the whole story and the goings on there, I think, do you understand, like, given the title line lawsuit and everything that was going on, like, I don't think they would risk anything unnecessarily. So well, we don't know the particulars. My guess is they've worked this out. Hey, Mark Bacon, good morning. Hey, Dad, good morning. Gorilla, good morning. Robert Mason, morning, Matt. Got to check out the 400 meter from yesterday. Talk about grit. That dude pulled it out. Yeah, man. So the 400 meter final, Quincy Hall won it. It came from way back to win at the American. He beat Matthew Hudson Smith, by 400ths of a second. It was a crazy finish. But if you don't know, Quincy Hall is from South Carolina. So that's another SEC athlete that won that 400 meter. All right, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel. Facebook, like the page, share the post. Always shout out to BROC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. You need an orthopedic, go to BROC. PARISH Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com. Unique Physique, semaglutide, tirzepatide, once a week injections for weight loss. You've heard about it. You have friends or family members, coworkers, someone who's done it. If you're interested in learning more, you can do the whole thing over telemed, and they can ship your medicine anywhere in the country. So even for those listening to us or watching us outside of Louisiana, check out uniquephysique.com, and of course, restoredmotions.com. You got pain, go see Crystal Poche. Yo, I did this the other day. Monday, I was going to LSU practice, and I had like a water jug, Evermore. Um, and I was going to put the bottle in my car, and I just kind of misjudged the height, and I ended up hitting the top of my head on the frame of the car. I was like leaning in the driver's side door to put the water bottle in the cup holder, and I just jammed my head right in the frame of the door. And I heard so many cracks and compressions. I was like, oh God. And it was okay, but the last couple of days it's really started to tighten up. All that to say, I have an appointment with Crystal coming soon, no doubt. All right. Hey, Charlie, good morning. Didn't reply to your email, Charlie. Gosh, dog it. I'll get to it, I promise. Abner, tell Erica her design definitely rocks. I will tell her. Thank you, Abner. Let's see. Leon, morning, Scone. Really want to see what the new offense in action for the Saints. Maybe new offense looks like in action for the Saints. I think the defense is going to be better than we think. The defense has been fine under Dennis Allen. The run defense last year was not very good, but I think Brian Brzee had a good camp and is sort of trending up. So yeah, I think the defense will be fine. They've been good defensively under Dennis Allen. That's not the concern. The concern is the offense. And it was interesting talking to Ross Jackson yesterday for our camp updates, because we were talking about Justin Simmons, and my point was like, the Saints wanted to add Chase Young and Willie Gay and potentially now Justin Simmons. That's a big name free agent at every level of the defense. I'm like, the defense wasn't really your problem. Like, why didn't you go add a veteran free agent on the offensive line or a receiver where you actually need help? And his point was, well, they feel like they're good with their talent on offense. Where they added was on the coaching staff with Kubiak. It was an interesting way to look at it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much Clint Kubiak's offense can change things for the Saints. Hey, Tony, good morning. Michael, good morning. Chandler Watts, morning, Matt. With the 12-team playoff, a lot of fans get priced out because travel. Do you think this will hurt attendance? Absolutely not. Those have become corporate events anyway, and much like the Super Bowl and bowl games, the majority of the tickets are bought up by local fans, and absolutely not. They won't struggle with attendance at all for the playoff. The games will be full, and millions upon millions of people will watch, and it'll be great. Cajun Country, graphics, sound bites. Fun to go back and watch early Scones with you and your phone and Drew interrupting. It only took us 6 years to get to this point. But yeah, man, the OG morning Scone days were fun. Kyle, do a crossover with Luke from Locked on Bama. That'd be hilarious. LOL. Just kidding. I'll do it. I'll absolutely do it. Tony, Matt, how have the backup quarterbacks performed in practice, and who is the number 2 at this point? So it's a great question, Tony, and that was actually one I had in my notebook to ask Joe Sloan yesterday. But I only got one question, so I asked him about the tight ends with Mac Markway leaving and how they replaced that skill set. And had the microphone come back to me, I would have asked him about the quarterbacks. I think they are rotating interchangeably, period to period, day to day. And I can't tell you that there's any real discernible difference between the two right now. I think both are playing well. Both have made good throws. Both have made bad throws. Like, it's not so clearly obvious that one is better than the other. I think the difference is Ricky Collins gives you a different skill set because of his ability to run, which, I mean, he was dynamic at that when he was at Woodlawn. And that's not AJ Swan's game. I'm not telling you it's an exactly Jaden Daniels to Garrett Nussmeier comparison, because Jaden Daniels ran for 1,100 yards. I'm not telling you Ricky Collins will ever do that, but it does change the dynamic of the offense when you have that ability. And that is just not part of AJ Swan's game, although AJ Swan has lost like 17 pounds. So you could tell from spring to now he's leaned out. He looks physically good. They've both made some really nice throws. I think Collins is the better arm talent than Swan, but Swan has played. So the short answer is I don't think they have an answer yet, but they're continuing to play that out. Bobby Boucher's lawnmower Scone. What's the competition between Trades Green and Eric Gilbert? Gilbert wasn't 6'7". I think Gilbert was 6'4", 6'5", and he was a little thicker too. Gilbert. Oh man, they listed Gilbert at 6'6". Is that right? Huh. Anyway, Gilbert just looked thicker. Tradez is taller, thinner. Gilbert was a little thicker, if that makes sense. But Gilbert was quite literally the highest rated tight end ever in the history of recruiting rankings. He was the highest rated, not ranking, rating, like your rating number. He was the highest rated tight end ever. So, I mean, it's unfortunate. That's a great what if, in LSU, really in college football history. Brian Broom, good morning. Hey, Trey Fisher, what's going on? Good morning. You're saying for Tradez and for Gilbert first fall camp. Remember, Gilbert's first camp was COVID. And I mean, literally the first offensive snap of the season, they threw him the ball. So they were forcing the ball to him. They had, Jamar had opted out. Jefferson, had gone pro at that point. You saw Terrace Marshall, but they were actively forcing the ball and forcing Gilbert through at that point. Tradez, I think, it can just come along a little slower because there are so many options among the pass catchers. Hey, y'all, I have an interview on Sirius XM SEC with Caroline Fenton and Chris Doring in 2 minutes. So I'm going to have to jump here in a second. Remind you about all of our great sponsors, BROC, PARISH, Unique Physique, Restored Motions. All of them are linked in the description on YouTube. So please support all of our great sponsors. Let's see. Anything else I can get to one more time? How about this one? Thomas Lamont. Morning, Matt. Can I get a birthday shout out from my wife, Maddie? You sure can, Thomas. Happy birthday, Maddie. I hope it's a great one. Make sure Thomas treats you great. Make sure he gives you a shoulder rub. Make sure he wines and dines you tonight. Gets you every single gift you want. Takes you around the world and treats you like the queen of the castle you are. So happy birthday to Maddie. I hope it's a great one. All right, I got to go. I got to go do this interview. If everybody missed Jay, Mike, Kyle, Cliff, appreciate y'all. Jeff, good morning. I got to go. Y'all have an awesome day. We'll catch you tomorrow. Locked on LSU is live, AFR 3. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.